Hi guys, so I'm going to run through some Pilates with you. I'm going to teach it from a basic level to a slightly higher level, and so hopefully then there's something in there for everybody. If you've not done it before, it's nice and gentle, revolves around your spine or around your core, so it's a lot about your balance and your posture, and then also we focus on our breathing to make sure that as we move, we're opening up through the rib cage and breathing as much as we can. So we're going to run through our standing position, then we'll warm up a little bit and then we get down on the floor. Once you're on the floor, you stay down, okay? So if you've got knee injuries, back injuries, I'm going to give options as we go, so please just work where you feel comfortable. Shoulders down and relax, nice lengthened spine, finding that neutral spine, so you're just tilting the pelvis forwards and backwards. You're finding the position where your back feels the most comfortable, so your neutral spine. Then you're going to find and engage your core muscles, beginning with the pelvic floor, the muscle from within, the one you'd use to stop mid-flow. So imagine that that muscle is attached to a lift, and you're going to draw it up from within all the way up to floor number 10, down to floor 5, and then down to floor number 3, and that's where we leave it. Then imagine you've got a belt around your middle with 10 notches on your belt. So you're going to put it in as tight as you can to notch 10, out to notch 5, out to notch 3, and that's where you leave it. So you should be able to feel some mild tension around the centre of the body. Now, because we're holding from the core and our neutral spine, we then need to breathe from our rib cage. So hands go on the ribs, fingertips touch, you take a breath in, fingertips part, and release. Take a deep breath in, and release. Relax the arms down. So gently begin to pivot through from one side to the other, raising up and alternating heel. Allow your shoulders to gently rotate one way and the other. Lovely. Place those feet down, lift up onto the toes, lengthen the body and release. Lift up, lengthen and release. So one more time, lift up all the way through, up onto those toes, straight through the body and release. So take those legs out and just ease across one side to the other. Gently bringing one arm forward to mobilise around your shoulder. Change the arm over. Lovely. Holding it in the middle. Arms out, breathe in, breathe out. Lower one way, look to the hand. Breathe in, come to the centre, and then breathe out and go the other way. So we're always coming back to a central position. We've got our knees softened, we've got our back lengthened. Good, we're going to take one more to each side, please. Lengthen through the waist, lateral flexion, and through the back. Into the middle, bring those feet in, bring those arms in. Breathe out, rotate to one side. Breathe in to return. Breathe out to the other side. Breathe in to return. So we breathe out, rotate. We breathe in, rotate. Hips are facing forwards. Core muscles are zipped up, pulled in and in place. And we're just going to do one more here. Good. And then release the arms down. Just to allow your hips to rotate in one direction and the other. Lovely, guys. So from here, we're standing towards the back of your mat or whatever it is you're going to be coming down onto. Breathe in, tuck the chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently begin to roll down through your back. Soften your knees, allow your arms to hang and relax. And then when you are ready, you're gently going to roll back up through the spine. Rebuild your back. Relax the shoulders, head and neck up last. Breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, begin to gently roll down. Now you're rolling down gradually through each vertebrae. And then when you're ready, you begin to roll back up and you're rebuilding your back like a tower of building blocks. When you get to the top, relax the shoulders. So we're going to roll down and we're going to come down on the floor ready to work. So chin in, gently roll down. So please remember, you can rest at any time, you can get a drink at any time. We're We're coming down onto our hands and knees, wrists and elbows under the shoulders, knees are directly under the hips with a nice flat back. And draw up your core muscles, tighten through the middle of the body. Breathe in. As you breathe out, push one leg away, and then breathe in to drag that leg back in. Breathe out, push the other leg away. Breathe in to drag that leg back in. So as you transfer from one side to the other, you've got to be careful not to allow your hips to drop to the side. Going further then, breathe out to lengthen and raise no higher than the body. Breathe in, toes touch down, and draw that leg back under. Breathe out to lengthen and raise. Breathe in to lower and draw that leg back in. Next option, you can slide the opposite arm out along the floor. As the leg slides back in, the arm is going to drag back in. Remember, centralise your body weight, don't lean over. Last option here, once the arm and leg are fully extended, they can both raise, then breathe in, touch down, and draw back in. All the time, keeping that back flat and still. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in, carry on for me. So this is your swimming, strengthening from the core and the lumbar spine. Deep, full breaths, slow, controlled moves. So we're not rushing, we're working with our breathing, and I'd like you please to do one more on each side at your level. And once you've completed those two, you're gently going to allow yourself to come down. And we've got our forearms and elbows down. We've got our legs straight out behind us. We're looking down between the wrists and we draw up to a level 1 position. Knees are down. Now we're going to add a movement here. So we're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you can lift one leg, bend, lengthen, and lower. Other leg comes up, bend, lengthen, lower. Trying to make sure that your body weight remains central, don't lean over. Now, if you don't want to add the kick, you could just add the lift. If you don't want either, then just hold the position. You've got to feel like you're being pulled up through your belly button up towards the ceiling. So you've got that tightened feeling around the centre of your body. So this is the optional one leg kick from a level 1 leg pull, okay? So if you're normally like up on your hands at level 3, you are not doing that today. You are adding a single leg kick. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Or just hold. You're going to take 2 more kicks, one with each leg. Just 2 breaths. And then gently come all the way down onto your front. Arms are coming out. So they're in a capital E position. Head is down. Now touch your big toes together because we don't want our legs to lift and we don't want to engage the bottom, okay? So breathe in, breathe out, peel the chest up, keep looking at the floor, and then breathe in to gently lower. Breathe out, peel the chest up, breathe in, to gently lower. Okay, so you're drawing up, belly button is drawn up through the spine. Breathe out as you peel up, breathe in as you lower. If you want to go further, we're going to come into an extended swan dive. So you're going to breathe in, as you breathe out, you come up to your first height. We breathe in and we hold, and then as we breathe out, we come all the way up into extended swan dive, and then we breathe in, lower the elbows back down, lower the chest and the head back down. Make sure you are lowering gently because we don't want to bang our nose on the floor. So breathe out, we come up, breathe out, we come higher. So there's 2 breaths if you're coming up into the extended swan dive. Or just stay with that first height. Don't let those legs lift. Try not to engage to squeeze the bottom, yes? Breathe out, peel up. Breathe in. Breathe out, come up. Breathe in, lower. As you lower, guys, draw up your belly button, okay? Ice cube under the belly button. You mustn't touch it. So engage those core muscles. So in your swan dive, where we are strengthening and mobilizing through the core and the spine, I'd like please 1 more repetition. Remember, deep, full breaths from your rib cage. Once you've completed those, bring the elbows back in. Now we're just going to hold our leg pull. So level 1, knees down, draw the pelvis up. Level 2, knees come up. Level 3, make sure wrists and elbows are still under the shoulders and that your hands aren't going to slip, and then you can come up. Do not drop the pelvis. Do not allow the bottom to come in the air. Straight line. Or knees down, knees up. We're just holding, and as we hold, we're using those deep full breaths. We're opening from the rib cage. We're strengthening directly through the core and the lumbar spine. Deep, full breaths. And I'm going to ask you in your leg pull, at your level, for 2 more breaths, please. And once you've completed those 2, you're gently going to lower down and you're going to turn onto one side. Now, when you come over on your side, you need to be in a nice straight line from the fingers all the way down to the toes. And this other hand is there for your balance and your head is resting down on your arm. Hips, knees, ankles all stacked. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both legs without rolling your hips. Breathe in. As you breathe out, that top leg kicks forward. Then breathe in to return. Breathe out, top leg goes backwards. Breathe in and return. So the top leg only has got a forward kick and a backward kick. But we are keeping that leg as straight as possible. Bottom leg is raised. Any problems, you've got the choice here. Don't do the back kick because that's the one which tends to aggravate the lower back if you do have a little niggling problem. Also, smaller movement is going to be less effort as well, okay? And then if you want to go further, we can move both legs, one going forwards, one going backwards. If we're able to, we could take the supporting hand away. Now there's no set distance on how far you have to kick your legs. All I'll say is, if you're kicking and the legs are bending, you've gone too far. If you're kicking and you're rolling your hips, you've gone too far. If your balance is really good, the arm can come over. And I'm just going to ask for 2 more, please. Breathe out as you kick, in as you return. Once you've done those 2, legs can carefully come down. If you need to give that hip a little rub, please do. And then bring yourself to sit. So, we're going to do 2 exercises in this seated position. The first one is your roll up. The second one is going to be your can-can, which we haven't done for a long time. Okay. So lengthen your spine, the chest. Breathe in, tilt the pelvis, keep the chin up, yeah? And then breathe out and lower as far as you can go. Breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out, continue all the way up. Don't wobble the knees, don't raise the feet. Breathe in and tilt, breathe out and lower. So if you can get all the way down, that's brilliant, okay? But remember, you've got to get all the way back up without moving these legs. Breathe in and tilt, breathe out and lower. Breathe in, start to come up, breathe out, continue up. And guys, if you're only getting to there, that is okay, you know. That's absolutely fine. Because as you get stronger, you'll find that you'll be able to progressively then go a little bit lower. So work within your own range. And I'm just going to ask you for one more in your roll up, please. Breathe in and tilt, breathe out to lower. Breathe in, start your lift, breathe out, continue, and hold in the center. So, this time guys, I would like legs down, shoulders down, relaxed. You're going to breathe in, tilt the pelvis under, and bring those legs up, toes point to the seat, to the floor, and those legs are together. So you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to lengthen, one leg across, breathe out to kick, breathe in to return. Breathe out to kick, breathe in to return. So your leg is making a diagonal movement across the body. Now if you needed to, you can have your hands there for a bit of balance. Another option is that you could just have your toes to the floor and bring your toe back each time. Next option is to work with both legs. Breathe out as you kick across, breathe in as you return. Breathe out as you kick across, breathe in as you return. Carry on. Remember, tuck the tailbone under. So you've got that nice C-shaped spine. Working with one leg or both legs. And in your can, I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths. Once you've completed those, feet go down. So, before we come down on our back, we're going to come into a reverse leg pull. So you're going to bring your hands back. Your fingers are pointing towards your bottom, okay? You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you bring up the pelvis and you hold. So you're in a tabletop position. Hold in here. Now listen, if you've got maybe carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, something wrong with your shoulder, if you don't want to come up, just sit back into the arms, hold and breathe. If you're up and you want to go a bit further, lengthen those legs to 45 degrees. Don't drop the pelvis. Breathe and hold. So in your reverse leg pull, I'm going to ask you please for 3 more breaths. Don't do this. Done. Deep, full breaths. And when you've completed your 3, gently lower. By all means, give those shoulders a little roll out. You're going to come down onto your back. Legs bent, feet down. Make sure you've got that neutral spine. So tilt the pelvis a couple of times. Find the position where your back is comfortable. Fingertips will be able to touch underneath the small of the back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring your right leg out to a right angle position. Knee above the hip, ankle in line with the knee. This is your level 1 of the 100. If you want your next level, you're going to bring that other leg up. So you've got both legs raised at right angles. Level 2, both legs raised. Now if you wanted to, as you breathe in, breathe out, bring up the arms, the head, the shoulders, palms face down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're pushing your hands down towards the floor. You breathe in and hold with everything still raised, and then you breathe out to pulse down. Now you could do this pulse movement with just the one leg raised if you prefer. If you want to go further, you're going to lengthen your legs out 45 degrees. Deep, full breaths. Remember, you could just stay here, breathe and hold. So in your 100, at your level, please complete 3 more repetitions. 3 more breaths. Remember, you can just hold. Pulse is there if you want it. When you've done your 3, gently allow the upper body to lower. If your legs are lengthened, bring them back to bent. And then place the left foot back down on the floor. So we've all just got that right leg left in place. Breathe in. As you breathe out, keep the leg bent, touch the foot down. And then breathe in and bring that leg back up. Breathe out, touch the foot down. Breathe in, raise it up. You've got to maintain this right angle behind the knee. We are not moving from the knee. We are moving from the top of the leg through the hip flexor. If you want to go to the next level, you've got the other leg raised, but we are keeping it still. Breathe out to lower, breathe in to raise. If you want to go further, you can bring up the shoulders. I'm going to ask you please for one more scissor. When you've completed that, upper body's down, feet are coming down, and we need to do the 100 on the other leg. So we bring the other leg up into a right angle position. Everything else is in place. Everything else is where it should be. Core muscles engaged, neutral spine. Breathe in full and deep. Stay here at level 1. Add the other leg for level 2. Add the pulse if you want to go to 3. Legs extended if you're going to 4. To your level. Don't worry about anyone else. Deep, full breaths. Even if you're not pulsing, you still need to be aware of breathing correctly. Nice, full, deep breaths. And I'm going to ask you please, in your 100, for 2 more breaths. If you've got your upper body raised, it will come down. If you've got your legs lengthened, you're going to bring them back to bent. And then we're taking that right foot back down. We've just got that one leg raised. We breathe in. As we breathe out, we touch the foot down. Breathe in to raise up. Breathe out, touch the foot down. Breathe in to bring it back up. Keeping this other knee nice and still. We're not allowing the knee to drop. Both knees are nice and still. Movement coming from the top of the leg through the hip flexor. Breathe out as you lower, in as you raise. If you want to go further, you can have both legs lifted, but we are only moving that one leg. You can also have that upper body raised if you want to go a little bit further. I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths. Upper body's down. 1 foot at a time comes down. And then please feel free to give yourself a long body stretch. From the fingers to the toes. Well done. We need to come over onto that other side. Lengthening out the body into a nice straight line. Point the fingers, point the toes. Hips, knees, ankles all stacked. Head is down on that arm. Breathe in. As you breathe out, both legs raised without rolling that body. Breathe in, breathe out. Top leg comes forward. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, top leg goes backwards. Breathe in, return. So we're allowing that top leg to kick in front and behind. If one of those movements isn't right for you, just do the one that is okay. You've then also got an option to add the bottom leg. One goes forward, one goes back. Hand is there for balance, but if we don't need it, we can take it away. No set distance on how far you kick. It is as far as comfortable for you. If your hips start to roll, your knees start to bend, make your movement smaller. Last option would be to bring the arm all the way over. Breathe out as you kick. Breathe in as you return. Core, obliques, lumbar spine, and around the top of the leg, round the hip. So I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths, 2 more kicks. Once you've completed those 2, legs together, gently lower down. Give that hip a little bit of a rub if you need to. And then when you're ready, bring yourself round, box position. Exactly how we started, okay? Breathe in, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Breathe out and release. Breathe in, round the spine, chin to the chest, cat stretch. Breathe out to release. So we're going to sit back into our heels, push ourselves back into a crouched position. From here we need to stand. If you need to hold on to something, just move slightly closer, okay? Tuck the chin in, breathe out, place the feet down. And then as you breathe out, gradually, slowly rolling up through the back. Reach the top, relax the shoulders down, balanced and central. Make sure you've got an even distribution of body weight across both of the feet. I want you, as the day goes on, to be aware of keeping the core in place and keeping the neutral spine in place. So lift up onto your toes, balance, and release. Lift up again, balance, and release. So let's lift up one last time and see if we can close our eyes and hold it here. Your core, your posture all help to improve your balance. And release. Well done. So that's your Pilates for today. There are plenty more Pilates videos on our YouTube channel and also on our Facebook page. So please feel free to go and have a look at those. Well done if you've managed it all today. Remember, it is all about listening to your body. It's about making sure that you're working at a level where you can challenge your body, but not make it uncomfortable. No injury. Well done, guys. Thanks for now. Take care. See you again soon.